All right, welcome everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. All right, I need you to stop what you're doing and focus on what I'm saying now. I need you to go over to Curry Fences on YouTube and subscribe to my other YouTube channel. Actually, I have two YouTube channels, right? Just go over there, Curry Fences, C-U-R-R-Y and F-E-N-C-E-S. Just stop what you're doing, search for Curry Fences and subscribe, and then you come back to this video. All right, I'm giving you a minute. Curry Fences. So go over to Curry Fences and subscribe. That's my other YouTube channel that I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, right? Later on, I'm going to have a giveaway. All right, so go over to Curry Fences, and subscribe to the channel. All right, so now that you would have subscribed, let's start this paper now. This is the 2015 paper. All right. Ensure that you go over to Curry Fences and you subscribe, Ensure that you subscribe to Curry Fences on YouTube. All right, let's go to the 2015 paper now. Let's do this. Question 1 says, Lloyd invited his mother to live with him, his wife, and 2 sons. The new family structure would be, that it's more than 2 generations. It's actually 3 generations. His mother, himself, and his wife, and then his 2 sons, right? 3 separate generations. So once it's more than 2 generations, you know automatically that it is it A, nuclear, B, extended, C, joint family, D, single parent family? It is extended family. Some persons might be asking what is a joint family, but joint wouldn't be extended. Joint would be, I've never seen like the term joint in social studies. It would be more related to, say, a blended family or a reorganized family. That is joint family. Is. Number 2 says, which of the following are aspects of the socialization process? Is it 1, religious teaching, 2, reproduction, 3, recreational activities? So you need a combination of 2 or all 3. We know that reproduction is a separate function of the family. So religious teaching, recreational activity are all part of the socialization process. So the answer is 1 and 3. So the answer for number 2 is B, as in boy, 1 and 3. Number 3 now says, which of the following is not a typical feature of low-income families? Low-income families that are poor, what is not a feature? A, they are usually self-sufficient. B, their homes lack educational facilities. C, they often have a large number of children. Or D, the children are often economic contributors to the household. This is saying that 3 is related to low income and 1 is not. The answer for number 3 is A. They are usually self-sufficient. That's not true. Low income families are usually poor and they rely a lot on social services. For example, the PATH program. In low income families lack educational facilities. A lot of times they don't have any computer, they don't have enough textbooks for schools and so on and so forth. They usually have lots of children. Low income families usually have lots of children, and the children are usually economic contributors. They do some form of work, or they help out in the family business. The family like have a small business, like say a small backyard garden, a farm, or they sell at the market or so on and so forth. Number 4, Maxine Lewis lives with her unmarried mother and father, right? The union between her parents can be best described as, that's a man and a woman living together, not married. Is it A, friendly, B, conjugal, C, common law, D, compassionate? Answer is C, common law. Number 5, which of the following is least likely to be a concern for adolescents in the family? What is least likely to be a concern of teenagers? Is it A, coping with their emotional problems, B, communicating with adults in the home, C, providing financial support for the home, or D, balancing academic and social activities? Least likely concern of teenagers is C, providing financial support for the home, right? Teenagers don't usually work unless they come from low-income families, which is different, and they can't really seek full-time employment. It would have been part-time. Number 6, in the Caribbean, fathers have accepted more responsibility for child rearing, mainly because father accepting child rearing, this happens mainly because A, early death of mothers, B, increase in the divorce rate, C, high unemployment rate of fathers, or D, increase in the number of working mothers, right? Answer for number 6, why fathers have been accepting child rearing duties is because D, increase in the number of working mothers. A lot of women are no longer staying at home, being the homemaker anymore. They're going out and working. So the father have to understand that and know that domestic duties have to be shared if both parents are working, right? Although we know that some fathers have now become stay-at-home dads. Number 7, which of the following best explains the promotion of family planning in the Caribbean? Why they promote family planning? Is it A, to ensure a balance in the numbers between male and female? B, to teach parents to supervise the activities of their children? C, to allow persons to have sexual relationships with chosen partners? Or D, to give parents control over the number and spacing of their children? Main reason for family planning, D, to give parents control over the number and spacing of their children. Number 8, which of the following would undermine the authority of parents? What would make the authority of parents look like foolishness or the children don't take them serious? That is what the question is asking. Is it A, setting and enforcing clear rules of conduct? B, inconsistency in rewarding and punishing children? C, giving cash allowances to adults and family members? Or D, allowing children to participate in family decision making? If children participate in family decision making, they will be more likely to accept the decisions because they were a part of it and they agreed to it, right? So these out. Giving cash allowances, that's actually a good thing. That wouldn't undermine authority. A says setting and enforcing clear rules of conduct, that would stamp out your authority. So the one left that would undermine authority now is B, inconsistency in rewarding and punishing children, because if that is done, the children will take the parents for a joke because they say, if I do this, mommy won't do anything about it because they are inconsistent. Number 9 says, unemployment and hard economic conditions have forced both parents in some Caribbean families to migrate, leaving an elder son or daughter to care for the younger brothers and sisters. Which of the following problems is least likely to affect the younger brothers and sisters? So parents migrate, go to another country to live, leave an older brother or sister to take care of the child. You know that is now a sibling family. So the question is asking, what problem is least likely to affect the younger brothers and sisters who are being cared for? Is it A, low achievement at school? B, breakdown in discipline in the home? C, lack of adult role models in the home? And D, lack of opportunity for peer group interaction? Least likely problem is D, lack of opportunity for peer group interaction. A is a great problem. B, breakdown in discipline, that's a major problem. Lack of adult role models, that is a major problem. So the least likely problem is D, lack of opportunity for peer group interaction. Number 10, the type of care associated with the elderly is described as A, geriatric, B, old folks, C, pediatric, D, senior citizens. Answer for number 10, A, geriatric. Number 11, Caribbean governments have improved the rights of children born out of wedlock by A, building more foster homes for abandoned children, B, providing incentives for their parents to get married, C, passing laws to allow them to qualify for inheritance, or D, passing laws to control sexual relations outside of marriage. What makes illegitimate children become legitimate? Those are kids born outside of wedlock. That's the term that they use, illegitimate. Right? Answer is C, passing laws to allow them to qualify for inheritance. So laws that recognize them. Number 12, identify the order in which the ancestors of the Caribbean people arrived in the region. And this order, you're going to start from who was here first to who came here last from the list that they gave you. So Amerindians, East Indians, Europeans, Africans. So the Amerindians, they are indigenous. They were the first here. Then the Europeans came when the Amerindians died out. Then they brought Africans. After the Africans were emancipated, then they brought in the Indians to work on the plantations, right? So it's the Amerindians, Europeans, Africans, then Indians. So it is 1, 3, 4, and 2. 1, 3, 4, and 2. So the answer for number 12 is A. Number 13, which of the following best characterizes a primary group? A, large in size, B, face-to-face interaction, C, a common name or title, or D, shared beliefs and norms. Best for a primary group is not large, so that is out. A common name or title, secondary group can have a common name too, like a school is a secondary group, or Kiwanis Club, that's a secondary group because they have branches all over, so it is large. You understand? Then shared beliefs and norms, most groups have shared beliefs and norms, so that's not a characteristic that is unique to a primary group. The one there now that is unique to a primary group is that B, face-to-face interaction, because primary groups are usually small, so intimacy is great, like a classroom of students, right? Like a little study group, like a family. Those are examples of primary groups. Number 14, Ralph is the leader of his school choir. He makes all group decisions without consulting his other group members, right? What type of leader is Ralph? If he's making the decision on his own and he's not taking any talk from anybody, what kind of leader is Ralph? Is it A, democratic, B, participative, C, authoritarian, or D, laissez-faire? He is C, authoritarian. Number 15, which of the following is the best example of a compromise? Is it A, workers arguing in a cafeteria line, B, two students involved in a writing contest, C, a football team working together to win a match, or D, a husband promising to clean the house while his wife does the cooking, right? Can't be A, because if they're arguing, there's no compromise there. B, two students writing, no, that is competition, so no compromise there. Football team working together to win a match, not compromise, actually working together to achieve a particular goal. So it's D, a husband promising to clean the house while his wife does the cooking. Because we know that generally women do housework. So if the husband is going to do a part of the housework, that is actually compromise, because the woman might be working, or even if she's a housewife, she might be tired and overwhelmed. So the husband understands that he has to work, he has to assist, right? Number 16, which of the following are characteristics of a strong leader? Is it A, willing to make decisions, B, always keeps a serious face, C, always lenient with members, or D, allows members to make their own decisions? Strong leader, if you allow people to do what they want to do, you can't be a strong leader, so D is out. Always lenient, no, we're going to have problems because people are going to want to do what they want to do. Again, C is out. Always keeps a serious face. You can be a weak leader and have a serious face. That doesn't make sense either. So the answer is A, willing to make decisions. Number 17, democratic control and open membership are features of A, sole trader, B, street gang, C, private company, D, cooperative society. Answer for 17 is D, cooperative society. Please do some research as to what a cooperative society is. Number 18, Samuel broke one of the school rules. He was given 250 lines to write. The above is an example of A, right, B, norm, C, ritual, D, sanction. Answer for number 18 is D, sanction. Number 19, in which of the following countries is proportional representation practiced? A, Guyana, B, Jamaica, C, Barbados, D, St. Vincent. What I usually do is I think about my country. I am in Jamaica. I know that Jamaica doesn't use proportional representation. We use first past the post system. So I know clearly Jamaica is out. So we are left with 3. If you don't know, always make an educated guess. However, the answer for number 19 is A, Guyana. Number 20, the plan proposed by political parties for managing a country is published in a document called A, pamphlet, B, manifesto, C, magazine, D, constitution. Document is called B, manifesto. 21, a political campaign is a method used by parties to A, give voice to the people, B, encourage people to vote, C, give donations to the needy, or D, get funding from the public. All right? Political parties campaign to encourage people to vote. So the answer for 21 is B. 22. Which of the following is not normally dealt with by family courts in the Caribbean? Which of the following is not normally dealt with by family courts in the Caribbean? Right? Is it A, divorce, B, child custody, C, probate of wills, or D, alimony? Answer is C, probate of wills. That's not usually done by the family court. Everything else is done by the family court. Divorce, child custody, alimony payments. 23. In many Caribbean countries, the Queen of England is the head of state. Such countries may be described as A, republics, B, monarchies, C, dictatorships, or D, democracies. Democracies, right? Republics, full freedom. They have nothing to do with the monarch or with the queen, although I gave away the answer by saying that. Dictatorships, one person run, any monarch not have anything to do with that. One person is in charge, right? Democracies, freedom, that is government by the people, for the people. So no outside influence. So once the queen is the head of state, queen or king is the head of state, then it's B, monarchies. 24, the main function of a prosecutor in the judicial system is to A, issue a summons to a witness, B, provide counsel for the defendant, C, present arguments against the defendant, or D, determine the verdict at the end of a trial. Main role of a prosecutor in the judicial system is C, present arguments against the defendant. 25, the role of the opposition in parliament can be best described as A, inciting civil disobedience and mass protests, B, opposing policies which the ruling party proposes, C, voting in favor of all bills debated in parliament, or D, analyzing government's policies and presenting alternatives. So, main role of the opposition is not to destabilize the country or try to oppose everything that the government says or to create major problems. Main role of the opposition is D, analyzing the government's policies and presenting alternatives. So they analyze what the government puts forward and say what they think can work, what can't work, and say how they would do it or what should be done. 26, a national budget has a deficit when expenditure is A, equal to revenue, B, less than revenue, C, greater than revenue, sufficient, D, sufficient to the finance development. So the answer for 26 is C, greater than revenue. That's when we have a deficit. Number 27, which of the following is a non-taxable source of government revenue? A, export earnings, B, patents and licenses, C, grants from donor agencies, or D, earnings on goods and services. This question is repeated, right? The answer is C, grants from donor agencies. That is non-taxable. Any grant, those are non-taxables. 28, a country's constitution may be changed by A, referendum, B, national elections, C, national registration, D, local government elections. A referendum can change the constitution. So the answer is A. 29, the Constitution of Commonwealth Caribbean countries guarantees citizens freedom of conscience, expression, assembly, and movement. These freedoms are usually referred to as A, citizenship, B, civic duties, C, human rights, D, independence. Those rights and freedoms, C, human rights. 30, which of the following is least likely to be affected by overpopulation in a country? Which of the following is least likely to be affected by overpopulation in a country? A, pattern of land use, B, provision of social services, C, participation in religious activity, and D, universal access to secondary education. So if we have an area where the people are more than the resources that are available, what is least likely to be affected by this? Answer is C, participation in religious activity. That doesn't stop you from going to whatever religious group you believe in to worship or to meditate or whatever you do, right? 31, lack of sufficient resources to support the demands of a nation's population is known as, I gave away that answer in the explanation. A, depopulation, B, overpopulation, C, underpopulation, D, population density. Answer is B, overpopulation. Number 32, the term labor force is best defined as all the persons who are A, at the age of retirement from work, B, qualified, willing, and able to work, C, employed, and those actively seeking employment, D, qualified to work and are currently seeking employment, right? Can't be D, qualified to work and are currently seeking employment. What about the persons who are actually employed? Aren't they a part of the labor force as well? C says employed and those who actively seeking employment. So what about those who are unemployed? but not seeking any work. Good. B says qualified, willing, and able to work. Let's get back to that. A says at the age of retirement from work. So what about those who are not at the age of retirement? So the best answer there is the labor force is all the persons who are qualified, willing, and able to work, whether they are employed or not. They are a part of the labor force. Number 33 now refers to the following diagram, which shows the population pyramid for country X. So take 5 seconds, study the diagram properly. Look. Yes. So the diagram is showing population in percentage and showing the age-sex ratio for country X. So 33 now says, which of the following features of country X may be gathered from the diagram above? A, size of population. B, age, gender distribution of population. C, percentage of births per 1,000 of the population. D, percentage of population below 5 years old. It's showing more than percentage of population below 5 years old. So that is a percentage of birth rates per 1,000. It's showing more than that. And it's not even showing per 1,000 either, it's just showing the birth unit. So it's more than that. Size of its population, yeah, in a sense, but it's also showing more than that. B says age, gender, distribution of population. That's it. So the answer for 33 is B. All right. So we've come to the end of this video. I'm going to make a second video from 34 to 60. Remember to go over to my other YouTube channel, Curry Fences. Please and thanks. Go over to Curry Fences. Thank you guys for the support. And I know that you're going to go over to Curry Fences and subscribe to that channel too. So go over to Curry Fences, know that we're at the end of this video, and subscribe for me, please and thanks. So it's Curry Fences, 2 words, Curry Fences. Go over, subscribe. Thank you very much.